It was a little bit rough because I was in this age bracket where I looked like lower to middle high school age.
What made Jeremy Suarez turn his back on Hollywood after the Bernie Mac show ended? The show brought him fame and success, but behind the scenes, it left him disillusioned enough to abandon his dream. However, this is not the only reason. Behind it lies a much harsher truth. Now he's finally breaking his silence to reveal why he walked away. Stay calm and hear him out. For the longest time, Jeremy Suarez kept quiet about the real reason he left Hollywood. Even when people asked, he dodged the question, feeling uneasy. The truth is, when the Bernie Mac show wrapped up, Suarez found himself in a brutal and unforgiving position. Hollywood, known for its unpredictability, turned its back on him just as he was transitioning from child star to young adult. The brutal reality? The phone stopped ringing. Casting directors and agents who once sought him out went silent, not because his talent had diminished, but because the industry had changed. Directors were hiring adult actors to play teenagers, cutting out younger stars like Suarez to sidestep the cost and complications of child labor laws. Those laws required tutors, limited work hours, and additional expenses, things producers could avoid with adult actors. During his Bernie Mac days, Suarez had been one of Hollywood's rising young stars, but as he grew older, the roles disappeared. The industry's preference for convenient talent left Suarez, still in his teens, without a seat at the table. When the curtain closed on the show, his career hit a standstill. The fallout was swift and devastating. Auditions led to silence. Roles that once seemed within reach were handed to others, leaving Suarez staring into an uncertain future. The weeks turned into months, then years of frustration. For 2.5 years, he wrestled with rejection and self-doubt, replaying failed auditions in his head and wondering if he had somehow blown it. But it wasn't him. The industry had simply moved on. Despite the crushing reality, Jeremy refused to give up. The resilience that had propelled him as an actor now fueled him to find a new path. With his stepfather's guidance, Suarez traded the spotlight for construction. It wasn't glamorous, but it was steady, and it gave him purpose. The leap from Hollywood to hard labor was monumental. An actor, used to cameras and polished appearances, seemed an unlikely fit for gritty physical work. Yet Suarez defied expectations. Whether hauling equipment, cleaning wells, or managing supplies, he tackled every task with grit and a positive attitude. In construction, he found something unexpected, a way to rebuild not just his life, but his confidence. One unforgettable example of Suarez's dedication was his time in the inventory shed. He turned the chaotic space into a model of organization, quickly becoming a leader among the team. Suarez set high standards, fearlessly guiding even older, more experienced workers to follow his lead. His sharp eye for detail and relentless drive for excellence earned him the respect of everyone around him. After months of grueling construction work, Suarez pivoted to a new job at a barbecue restaurant, a leap that might seem odd at first. But for someone as resilient as Suarez, it made sense. The heat, physical strain, and relentless pace of construction had prepared him for the pressure of a bustling restaurant. Yet, during a frenzied Valentine's Day shift at the salad bar, the chaos overwhelmed him. The intensity of the restaurant world proved to be a challenge he hadn't fully anticipated, leading him to leave sooner than expected. As the dream of returning to the entertainment industry remained just out of reach, Suarez faced harsh realities. He needed a new way to support himself, so he took a retail job, donning a uniform and greeting customers with a smile. It was a far cry from his Hollywood days, but Suarez approached it with the same passion and commitment he brought to every role in life. The contrast between Hollywood's glamour and the humbling reality of retail work was stark. Memories of working with Bernie Mac, an icon who epitomized generosity and hard work, loomed large. Bernie, who had worked tirelessly despite battling illness, even filming scenes with an oxygen tank, was an inspiration. For Suarez, those memories were bittersweet reminders of a very different time. Reflecting on his experience with Bernie Mac, Suarez couldn't ignore the emotional weight of their shared past. The final days of the Bernie Mac show were marked by uncertainty and pain. As Bernie's health declined, the cast and crew faced repeated disruptions. Initially, breaks in filming were seen as temporary, a mere pause until Bernie recovered. But those pauses stretched on. 3 months turned into 4, then 6, then 7, with no clarity about the show's future. The industry's unspoken rule that setbacks are temporary and work always resumes began to crumble. Reality hit when the heartbreaking news arrived. The show was over, and there would be no return. In the midst of this upheaval, Bernie Mac made a deeply personal gesture from his hospital bed. Though gravely ill, he reached out to Suarez with an offer that spoke volumes about their bond, the chance to be Bernie's opening act. Even in his final days, Bernie's generosity and support for his young co-star shone through, a testament to the profound connection they shared. The events surrounding Bernie Mac's life and legacy left a profound mark on Jeremy Suarez and the rest of the cast. Yet Jeremy's admiration for Bernie never wavered. When Suarez joined the Bernie Mac show, he was only 8, a child with little grasp of Bernie Mac's towering impact. At that tender age, Jeremy's understanding of Bernie's legendary status was limited. He was just beginning to discover the entertainment world, and his view of comedy and its icons was still taking shape. It's no surprise that Jeremy, given his youth, didn't fully grasp Bernie's influence right away. But as he grew older and gained more experience, the depth of his appreciation for Bernie's groundbreaking contributions to comedy and television expanded. Jeremy remembers vividly the first time he worked with Bernie Mac. From the moment he stepped on set, Bernie's electrifying presence was undeniable. For young Suarez, Bernie wasn't just a seasoned star. He was a force of nature in comedy. Bernie's effortless ability to make people laugh left a lasting impression. Jeremy recalls thinking, "Wow, this guy is really funny." But it wasn't just Bernie's comedic genius that struck him. It was the invaluable lessons Bernie imparted about mastering the art of comedy. For Jeremy, being part of the Bernie Mac show was never about fame or merely being on TV. It was about soaking up knowledge from a mentor he deeply respected. He quickly recognized Bernie's extraordinary gift for comedy and wanted to learn everything he could from him. Being under the guidance of such a legend was a privilege that fueled Jeremy's passion and dedication. Bernie Mac, in turn, became more than just a mentor. He was a steady and encouraging figure on set. Jeremy, the youngest actor in the cast, received Bernie's full support and attention. Bernie's warmth and charisma weren't just part of his persona, they were genuine. He made a point to connect with Jeremy on a personal level, embracing the young actor's lively, playful energy. One of Jeremy's fondest memories of those days was riding his BMX bike during breaks. Bernie, understanding the importance of letting a kid be a kid, encouraged Jeremy to enjoy himself. This wasn't just about creating a relaxed set. It was about making sure Jeremy felt seen and valued. Bernie often joined in on the fun, hyping Jeremy up with his signature enthusiasm, a testament to his big-hearted nature. The bond between Bernie Mac and Jeremy Suarez extended far beyond the cameras. Bernie's encouragement and playful spirit created an atmosphere where Jeremy could thrive, both personally and professionally. For a child actor, having such a supportive figure wasn't just meaningful, it was transformative. When the Bernie Mac show ended and Bernie's health began to decline, Jeremy was struck by an overwhelming sense of loss. It wasn't just the end of a show. It was the heartbreaking close of a relationship that had profoundly shaped his life. Bernie Mac was more than a co-star. He was a mentor, a guide, and a friend who had molded Jeremy's early years. Losing Bernie felt like losing a piece of himself, a source of inspiration that had driven his growth. Jeremy didn't just learn comedic timing and acting skills from Bernie Mac, he grew into a more grounded and authentic person. The set of The Bernie Mac Show was more than a workplace. It was a sanctuary of connection and growth. Under Bernie's guidance, Jeremy mastered not only the nuances of comedy, but also the resilience and integrity Bernie embodied. Bernie taught him much more than punchlines. He showed Jeremy what it meant to excel with authenticity in an industry that often demands the opposite. When The Bernie Mac Show ended, most people assumed Jeremy Suarez would walk away from acting. Who wouldn't? Losing someone as impactful as Bernie Mac, combined with the brutal nature of Hollywood, could have been enough to crush anyone's dreams. The industry isn't known for its compassion, and without a solid network of support, giving up might have seemed like the only option. But those who counted Jeremy out didn't realize how deeply rooted his determination was. Instead of letting setbacks define him, Jeremy used the loss and the lessons from his time with Bernie to ignite a new fire and sharpen his focus on what he truly wanted from his career. Jeremy's time away from Hollywood wasn't a retreat. It was a reset. He stepped back not to escape, but to reimagine the kind of actor he wanted to be. He didn't see this hiatus as a failure. He saw it as an opportunity to grow, reflect, and prepare. In the quiet, away from the industry's noise, he refined his skills, reassessed his goals, and plotted a return not as the boy people remembered, but as a fully evolved artist. This wasn't an exit. It was a recalibration. "I can remember pages and pages of lines now like quick," Jeremy revealed, his confidence unmistakable. His time away had reshaped his approach to acting. The pressure of being a child star no longer weighed him down. Instead, he'd honed his craft and rediscovered his confidence. When he looked in the mirror, he didn't see the kid from The Bernie Mac Show anymore. He saw a professional, someone ready to redefine himself and his place in the industry. This isn't just a comeback for Jeremy, it's a statement. He's not here to reclaim old glory, but to create a legacy on his own terms. "I'm not just what you think of me as, I'm that plus more. I'm that plus 2.0, he said, brimming with quiet intensity. His focus isn't on reliving past roles, but on bringing depth and maturity to the screen, shaped by years of life experience. But Jeremy's ambitions go far beyond acting. He doesn't just want to take on roles, he wants to create them. He's determined to craft characters and stories that resonate, particularly with young black men who rarely see themselves portrayed authentically. "It's not just about landing the roles I'm auditioning for," he explained. "It's about creating the roles I believe in, the ones I want to portray." For Jeremy, this isn't just about career control. It's about building something meaningful, stories that reflect voices often left out of the conversation. His journey hasn't been easy, but Jeremy doesn't see his detours as setbacks. Working construction, waiting tables, and taking retail jobs weren't just ways to survive. They were masterclasses in human behavior. Each role he's held off-screen has added to his on-screen arsenal. "Every person I meet, every situation I'm in, gives me insight into how people react, how they feel," he said. "And that's something you can't learn from a script. It's life experience, and that's what makes an actor real." This approach captures Jeremy's talent for transforming everyday challenges into fuel for his artistry. Instead of letting the struggles he faced after stepping away from Hollywood drag him down, he turned them into opportunities to grow. To him, even the smallest moments hold the power to shape his future as an actor. Whether it was learning patience while waiting tables or building determination through hard labor, Jeremy embraced these experiences as essential elements of his craft. Even as he distanced himself from Hollywood to explore life beyond the spotlight, his passion for acting never wavered. It was during this period of self-discovery, especially after becoming a father, that he saw how profoundly his experiences were influencing his acting. Fatherhood, he shares, added layers of depth to his life. The challenges, joys, and sacrifices of raising a child gave him an intimate understanding of emotions that enrich his performances. Becoming a father didn't dilute Jeremy's love for acting. It amplified it. "If anything, fatherhood has made me even more focused," he confessed. "It's given me fresh reasons to succeed, new perspectives to draw from." The shift in his priorities was evident as he transitioned from child star to adult actor, navigating a challenging industry that can be hard on those who grow up in the limelight. Jeremy became a father to a son, and the experience has been transformative. His personal life has shaped his professional one in ways he hadn't anticipated. Parenthood opened new doors of inspiration, helping him tap into deeper emotions and more mature roles. Raising his child gave him a new sense of purpose, and Jeremy has often spoken about how fatherhood added layers to his understanding of life and storytelling. "You learn a lot about yourself when you become a parent. It's a completely different kind of responsibility, and it gives you a whole new lens through which to view the world," he shared in an interview. Being a father gave Jeremy the chance to tap into emotions and experiences that had previously been out of reach, enriching his acting career in ways he hadn't imagined. Today, his dedication to acting burns brighter than ever, driven by not just his own ambition, but the desire to build a better future for his family. Jeremy, who once struggled with the pressures of Hollywood, now approaches his career with a renewed sense of stability and intention. His work ethic has evolved, and he's learned to balance the demands of his career with the demands of fatherhood. As a father, he feels a stronger pull toward roles that are not just professionally fulfilling, but also meaningful in terms of the legacy he wishes to leave for his child. Now an enthusiastic member of what he jokingly calls the Dad Club, Jeremy has mastered the art of balancing family life with his creative goals. Parenthood isn't a distraction, it's a force propelling him forward. For Jeremy, returning to acting is about more than reigniting his career. It's about proving to his family that chasing your dreams with determination and grit is not only possible but worth it. Jeremy's resilience stands out in how he handled financial struggles. Throughout the unpredictable highs and lows of his career, he refused to let monetary instability extinguish his passion for acting. "I always had a second income stream," he explained, emphasizing that the odd jobs he took weren't replacements for acting, but a way to sustain his dream. To Jeremy, working outside Hollywood was never about giving up. It was about surviving and pushing forward against all odds. After his initial rise to fame on The Bernie Mac Show, where he played Jordan Tompkins, he faced the familiar challenge many former child stars encounter: the harsh reality of staying relevant in an industry that often forgets them as they grow up. But Jeremy didn't shy away from the grind. While navigating the volatile nature of Hollywood, he worked a variety of jobs to make ends meet. From bartending to working in construction, these weren't just random gigs. They were strategic moves to stay afloat while keeping his eye on his true passion. He once mentioned in an interview, "I knew I had to keep going, even if it wasn't in front of the camera. I always wanted to come back when the time was right, but I also needed to stay financially stable." His ability to adapt to life outside Hollywood, while keeping his dream of acting alive, speaks volumes about his determination. Even in those lean years, Jeremy's drive never wavered. His perseverance in balancing side jobs with auditions helped him weather the financial droughts that many actors face between roles. Despite the struggles, he never lost sight of his ultimate goal. "The key is staying focused and not letting the world tell you what you're capable of," he said. His unwavering belief in his craft fueled his resilience, knowing that Hollywood's cyclical nature would eventually give him another shot. That was the reason why Jeremy understood that talent alone wouldn't secure success in Hollywood from an early age. "I think people have natural talents, but it's effort and practice that make the difference," he said. "Anyone can develop skills if they put in the work." His philosophy aligns with the 10,000 hours rule popularized by Malcolm Gladwell. Mastery demands relentless dedication. For Jeremy, this meant countless hours on set, auditioning, and studying his craft. Each role, no matter how minor, was an opportunity to grow, refine his skills, and edge closer to mastery. Jeremy's big break came with The Bernie Mac Show, a rare chance to work with a comedy icon. For him, the experience wasn't just a job, it was a masterclass. Being part of a show that was both critically acclaimed and adored by audiences gave Jeremy an invaluable stage to learn from one of the greats. While Bernie Mac shone as the show's star, Jeremy didn't see himself as merely supporting. He approached every scene as a chance to sharpen his abilities and carve out his space in the industry. When the show ended, Jeremy didn't let its closure define him. He knew Hollywood offers no guarantees, especially for child actors often forgotten as they age. Yet Jeremy was determined to stay relevant, hone his craft, and chase roles that fueled his passion. For him, acting has never been about fame. It's about the love of the art and the relentless pursuit of excellence. By January 2024, Jeremy Suarez had been through it all. Hollywood moved on. Casting directors turned a blind eye, and the brutal reality of an industry that chews up child stars and spits them out loomed large. But Jeremy's journey isn't a sob story. It's a fight story. He refused to let the odds crush him. Instead, he clawed his way back, standing tall not just as a survivor, but as someone who's thriving. With a net worth of $700,000, he's carved out financial security in a business notorious for its unpredictability. This isn't luck. It's the product of sheer grit, adaptability, and an unshakable love for his craft. Now Jeremy Suarez is stepping into the spotlight again, armed with a renewed sense of purpose. His latest project, MD is for Mr. Dula, isn't just a return, it's a statement. After years of working behind the scenes, this role marks a major comeback for the 34-year-old actor, signaling that his talent has only grown sharper, fueled by years of reflection and honing his skills. During his time away from the limelight, Jeremy didn't fade into obscurity. He used it as a time for growth, both personally and professionally. He delved into writing and directing, expanding his creative horizons and ensuring that when he returned to acting, he would be more versatile and prepared than ever. Before the spotlight dimmed on him, Jeremy was best known for his breakout role on The Bernie Mac Show, where he played the lovable, funny, and mischievous Jordan Tompkins. He was part of an ensemble cast that earned accolades, but after the series ended, the next chapter in his career wasn't so clear-cut. Like many former child actors, Jeremy faced the industry's tough realities, including being typecast and struggling to find roles that could showcase his range. But he didn't give up. Instead, he dedicated himself to developing new skills and even took on producing and writing, working behind the scenes to sharpen his craft. He didn't just leave the industry, he prepared to come back stronger than ever. He's been focusing on projects that challenge him as an actor, while also offering fresh perspectives that are missing from mainstream Hollywood. MD is for Mr. Dula is not just a nostalgic return to the screen. It's his chance to demonstrate his growth as an artist and to reintroduce himself as a fully realized professional, with the ability to take on more complex and nuanced characters. He's ready to deliver performances that are richer, deeper, and more impactful, proving that he's not just returning, he's leveling up. His return to Hollywood is fueled by more than just nostalgia. Jeremy's vision for his career has evolved, and he's now driven by a desire to portray stories that resonate deeply with audiences. His goal is to make an impact and bring a fresh, more experienced perspective to the screen. What do you think inspired Jeremy Suarez's journey back to Hollywood? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe for more updates on your favorite actors. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.